In the quiet corners of a forgotten town, a woman learned to live without a voice. Her world was a canvas painted with the silent bruises and muted screams of a life shared with a man she once loved. Her husband's hands, once gentle, had become instruments of control, and his words, once sweet, were now venom that seeped into her soul. For years, she mistook this suffering for a distorted form of devotion, a twisted testament to a love that demanded she break. Each sunrise brought a familiar dread, and each sunset, a resignation to the pain that was her constant companion. She believed that to love him was to endure him, and so she wore her scars like a secret vow, her silence a heavy shroud. Her best friend, a silent witness to this slow erosion of spirit, could no longer stand by. She watched the light in the woman's eyes dim with every passing year, her laughter replaced by a haunting stillness. The pain was no longer just the wife's. It had become a shared burden, a weight that pressed down on their friendship until it cracked. One moonless night, something shifted. A primal rage, born from years of suppressed tears and helpless observation, finally overflowed. The friend confronted the husband, her voice a thunderclap in the oppressive silence of the house. In the ensuing chaos, anger became the master, and together, the two women extinguished the source of their shared agony. Under the cloak of darkness, they dug a shallow grave behind the house, burying not just a man, but years of accumulated torment. The silence that followed was different. It was heavy, not with fear, but with a secret. The husband's sudden disappearance did not go unnoticed. His sister, a woman who wore the crisp uniform of a police officer, felt a gnawing unease. She knew her brother's volatile nature, but his complete vanishing act was uncharacteristic. Driven by a mix of familial duty and professional instinct, she began to ask questions, her inquiries peeling back the layers of a carefully constructed facade. The investigation started slowly, a quiet ripple in the town's placid surface. But as she dug deeper, interviewing neighbors and scrutinizing the women's unnervingly calm demeanor, the truth began to claw its way to the surface, like a restless spirit from an unmarked grave. The day the police cars arrived, their flashing lights slicing through the morning mist, was inevitable. The women did not resist. Their arrest was a quiet affair, a final somber act in a tragedy that had been playing out for years. They were charged, and the story of the buried husband became a local legend, a dark whisper passed from house to house. The trial revealed the years of abuse, the desperation, and the final fatal act. After years spent behind bars, a price paid for a moment of violent release, they were finally released back into a world that had moved on without them. The wife, older and etched with a different kind of sorrow, was asked if she regretted it. She looked out at the horizon, her voice calm but hollowed by time, and said, "I didn't kill him because I hated him. I did it because I hated the pain." This is a story about the deafening silence of suffering and the desperate measures taken to end it. Pain can hold you captive, silencing your truth until you forget the sound of your own voice. But violence, born from that same pain, is never the path to peace. It is merely a different kind of prison. The true escape is to leave, to walk away before life itself leaves you broken beyond repair. If this story made you think, hit subscribe and walk with us through the shadows and the light.